he says that, you know, I already talked to Kaya about the vaping situation, but I wasn't taking any suggestions from her or anything. You know, it's not like she's his mother. You know, I decided I'm gonna handle it my way on my own between me and him. Hey guys, welcome to our channel. If you are new, if you are not new, welcome back, Sugar and Spice gang. I am Suga, this is my best friend, Spice. Today we will be breaking down Love and Marriage Huntsville Season 3, Episode 4. But before we do that, we want to give a shout out to our special subscriber of the week, Avis Tompkins. Avis, thank you for showing up in our comment section, popping up and, you know, dropping your comments. We appreciate that. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting us. We appreciate it all. And we hope you enjoy this video and come back for many, many more. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you get notified whenever we do new videos. Also, follow us on all our socials at Sugar and Spice 88 on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and Twitter. All right, let's get through this. So, we open back up with Tiffany being very messy boots at Destiny's birthday party.
Spilling all of Destiny's tea.
After Destiny done ran from the bathroom, she came back, and you know, Tiffany's like, "Oh, I wasn't trying to be messy. Oh, I didn't want to make her feel bad."
You did it.
And Mel is trying to save her friend. Maybe it was his business partner. Huh? Maybe. No, because I remember the conversation. Tiffany didn't know anything 10 minutes ago. She didn't know Destiny was married. She didn't know who her husband was. She didn't know Destiny. She didn't know nothing. Now she got a specific time dates. It was a warm day. I think it was 72 degrees. It was a Tuesday. The sun was high in the sky. It was a cloudy day. Like, now you remember everything, girl. Okay.
She literally said, I remember because I felt so bad. I felt so bad about it.
You felt so bad that you had to bring it back up years later at her birthday party in front of all her friends after she just said she got divorced.
So you don't feel bad anymore?
She felt so bad. So then Mel goes, Destiny, has he been a cheater? Like, girl, that's the question you want to ask right now? She just told you, like last week, girl, that she got divorced. Right. She just told everybody else 2.5 seconds ago that she got divorced because she wasn't ready to talk about it. She was having such a hard time going through it. Would you decide, instead of after your friend that you invited brought up some messiness, to cheer up your friend, instead of changing this subject and be like, oh, forget about that, girl. Let's get you some more drinks. Let's go dance. Instead of you doing that, what you decide to do, let's dig a little deeper. Was he cheating on you? What happened here? Let us know. What the heck is wrong with you?
But then you want Destiny to open up to you. You want her to confide in you. You want her to call you on her low days. But you just reinforced a stranger calling her out on a very embarrassing situation. You're not trustworthy. That's why she's not talking to you. Destiny goes to her confessional and she's like, the pandemic destroyed my marriage. I was in labor for 3 days and the pandemic did it. Everybody want to blame stuff on the pandemic, but keep it real, sis.
Before the pandemic, we were seeing y'all were having issues.
Yeah.
You wasn't even on the whole last season, daggone. So, I mean, I guess, girl. I don't know.
If you like it, we love it. So then Tiffany goes to the bathroom and then Mel is like, do you guys like her? You like her? Does everybody like her?
Mel, you serious? Are you doing this on purpose? No, we don't.
And then Destiny and Kimmi bring up how they have like really found a liking towards each other.
I knew y'all were gonna connect. I knew it.
Even little bald headed said that.
I knew y'all were so.
He did. He said that at my house too.
I knew y'all were gonna connect.
He did. He said the same thing.
Yeah, baldhead told me the same thing. Now we rocks with each other. And I feel like they was doing that because they didn't like how Mel brought Tiffany along. And Tiffany just kind of blew up their whole situation and Mel just sat there and watched. So they was like, you know what? Here's some payback.
Not only did she watch, she was like, tag me in. My turn. Like,
So then we move on to Marsau and Tisha and Marsau finally arrives in Houston. And what did he do? He ended up catching a later flight. Marsau, if you don't want to be around Tisha, just say that.
Say that.
Like, he really don't want to be around her, and it's messed up because it's like, that's your wife. What are you doing? So then she opens the door and she's all dolled up. You know, she's trying to get her sexy on.
It was awkward. She answers the door awkwardly. Surprise! It was like, girl, does your back hurt?
Right. So he walks into the room and he barely acknowledges the fact that she's all dolled up. He's like, you know, we got a lot to do, got a lot of phone calls to make. You know, this is a business trip. And it's like, bro, you haven't seen her in a couple of days. It's your first time flying and getting here. And the first thing you're going to do is talk about business.
No kids.
Bro, no kids, no nothing. Like, let's get it on and popping. What is you saying? And that's one thing about men. When men want something, they want it. You can't stop them from getting it. So I'm sorry, but this rejection kind of hurt me a little bit. I was like, ouch.
She done gift wrapped it, and then he like,
Get that out of here.
nah.
I'll pass. Like, what? And then Tisha said that she actually called to micromanage Jalen and get on his nerves. And then Maurice was like, I'm already 2 steps ahead of you. I'm already micromanaging
I already
him.
was jumping on his nerves.
I already, was antagonizing and getting on his nerves. I got some Derek and Maurice going to check up on him this whole weekend, so we straight. And it's just like, yo, why do y'all give people stuff but then not trust them with it?
So you can put all this energy into micromanaging him, but you won't put the energy into training him properly?
Annoying.
Okay.
All right, so now we move on to the next scene, and it is Maurice and Kimmi. They're in their home, and Kimmi is telling Maurice about the situation with Monster Vaping. And come to find out, Maurice already knew. He already knew. He knew! How did you know? How do you know and then you don't tell your wife?
I just feel like it's nothing that somebody should be able to come up to your wife and tell her about you and y'all family like that. She doesn't already know. Like,
Not your
should not be any
girlfriend.
surprises out here.
Your wife, though. You didn't tell your wife? And then Kimmi's like, well, I was like a deer in headlights because I didn't know what the heck to tell her, what to say. It was my first time hearing this information.
And I don't even know them like that. Tiffany's starting to sound like someone I'm probably not going to get along with. See, Monster's never been in trouble in school. Now, he didn't have the best grades, but he's never been in trouble as far as being suspended or anything of this nature. That conversation that she just brought up amongst people, right? It's now paints Monster in a stigma, right? Now, all of a sudden, he seems like a deviant.
It's already hard for young Black boys to not have a stigma on them by society.
Right.
But then when something like that happens, because kids do things, but everybody and their mama don't have to know.
No.
If your kid gets caught at school, if they get in trouble or suspended or doing something they're not supposed to do, that's to be, handled at home, within the family, not to be broadcasted at a birthday party.
On national television. Like, you're wild for that, Tiffany.
Why are you even talking about my
Wild,
son?
disrespectful.
I don't know you like that. Why are you bringing up my son?
So then Maurice is like, she want to talk about my son's worst. Why don't she talk about her worst? Why don't we talk about her son's worst? So then Maurice is like, this is why I wanted Monster here. For this specific reason in particular, because Black men are not given a lot of room to make mistakes. We're held on such a tight rope that if we do any one thing, it's like over for us. We're automatically stigmatized. So then Kimmy's like, yeah, but at the end of the day, you have to create a balance in your home. Like, you have to also spend more time with him. You have to talk about him, before things like this happens. And Maurice is just like, yeah, but, balance and success, like, they don't equate. Like, at the end of the day, I got to be successful. So my thing is, it's like, you're saying that you brought him here. This is why you brought him here. This is why you need to have him here. But then in the same breath, you're saying, well, success and balance, like,
And she
it just
said,
is what it is.
She literally just said, that's why you need to spend time with him and talk to him about these things. And you're like, yeah, you're right.
It's almost like you're saying I never
Did I say you never?
No, you're saying that.
So then it doesn't sound like that.
Okay. In order to be successful, it takes a necessary amount of work.
I agree. And
I'm
when
not
I
gonna
think of-
half-ass
when I
anything.
think
So you're completely comfortable with being successful in the work realm, but you're comfortable with your home life and your family and your son and your wife failing?
But you just said that's why you brought him here. You brought him here for what? To spend no time with him?
What was the point? You brought him here just to be like, I can't, I gotta work. So after he finishes, projecting his guilt on her, he says that, I already talked to Kai about the vaping situation, but I wasn't taking any suggestions from her or anything. It's not like she's his mother. I decided I'm gonna handle it my way on my own between me and him.
What sense does that make?
What?
So you said you're gonna keep it between y'all. Why would you keep something like that between y'all? That's like an intervention type of thing.
A child needs a village.
Yes.
Not just you.
Oh my God.
You're an important part, yes. But
like
why would you not take all the support you can get? The more love that the child feels, the more support it feels it has, the less likely it is to just slide on off the rail racks.
Right.
The railroad. So I don't understand what you're trying to do. Like, I know he's my son. Like, what good is that gonna do? Kimmi says, you know what? I've already accepted that, you don't tell me things that's on a need-to-know basis.
I hear you, babe.
What? Why did you say that? I need your input.
Your value.
Look at Jalen. He's a success story out here. She says, that's ironic that you would say that, oh, I did such a good job with Jalen because anytime I make a suggestion, you ignore it. And you never ask for my input. So it's not like you really care about what I have to say.
Right.
Pertaining to raising monsters. So.
No.
That's why I set up this whole situation with the parents, even though Kai would ask for the meeting. But that's why I set this whole situation up. He lives in an alternate reality.
Yeah.
It's
the gaslighting for me because you literally said, I'm not taking no suggestions on this monster issue. And then you didn't tell her anything about it. But then you say, your suggestions and your input is so valued. So why didn't you value it at a point in time where it was very much so needed? Not only are you not telling your wife about the situation, you're giving your ex-wife, his mom, part of the story, and you're not taking any suggestions with her. Do you feel like women just shouldn't have any input in raising sons?
That was my first thought. Like, when she kept saying, well, why aren't you asking me? Why aren't you listening to me? I was like, because you're a woman. And he feels like, well, you can't teach him how to be a man.
Yeah.
Whew.
That's heavy.
So, Marsau and Tisha go to meet up with Marsau's Uncle Mike to discuss the plans on Scott Manor. So they're talking about their 15th wedding anniversary and how, she wants to do something and go away for a trip. And, he's saying, well, maybe you can do something for your 20th if you don't do something for the 15th. And she's like, well, hopefully our house will be built by then. Girl, just say
you're annoying. You're annoying. They go into their confessional and Tisha's like, yeah, Marsau, he's the bad cop. I'm the good cop. See, I'm the nicer one. Like, I'll just say it indirectly. And then Marsau's like, yeah, I'm more direct. Like, I just get it done and I say what I need to say. But Tisha, being nice doesn't equate to being indirect. Like, being indirect is rude as heck. Like, what are you talking about?
You're not
that
nice.
has nothing to do
with you don't say it in a nice way. That's annoying.
Exactly. You're being passive aggressive. That's why there's a whole term for passive aggressive, because you're saying what you want to say, but you're saying it in a passive way, but you have an aggressive undertone. Like, you're really mad.
So Marsau does what needs to be done, and he says, look, what's taking so long with these renovations? That is way easier to absorb and answer to than, hopefully it doesn't take forever. Like, okay. So Uncle Mike says, y'all the reason, y'all the hold up. Right. Every 5 minutes, y'all want to change something, fix this, flip that. It's on y'all.
Yeah.
So then Tisha and Marsau go back and forth about whose change is the one that held up Scott Manor.
Yeah, between the garage or the 2-story closet And, you know, at the end of the day, they decide that, you know, they got to take some accountability. But Uncle Mike does too, because the subcontractor wasn't showing up. So they're able to reach a resolution through Marsau being direct, not being indirect. Like, at the end of the day, Marsau's like, I don't want nobody feeling slighted in this work relationship. Y'all family. Don't be doing that passive aggressive stuff. Like, that's how people never want to work with you again. Like, don't do that. And then Tisha brings up Maurice. And she's like, yeah, don't share any of our plans with the Scotts. We don't want them to know anything that we got going on because we don't want to be outdone. It's just immaturity for me.
Who cares?
If it's your house, you're living in it, who cares what the person down the street got? Who cares? But that's Tisha, so y'all already know. So then we move on to Jalen and Kimmi. They're actually at the new condo that Jalen just purchased. Shout out to Jalen on his first property. They're going to be renovating this property and possibly, I guess, churning it for a profit. So this is their first project, and Kimmi's like, you know, we're gonna have to do some of this demo ourselves. Like, we're gonna have to like make some time. And he's like, well, you know, I work 6-7 days a week at Black. And she's like, okay, well, you need to talk to your Uncle Marsau and talk to him about that. And he's like, they don't listen to me. So he's just like, you know, this is frustrating. And Kimmi was like, you know what? They never did discuss that percentage from originally when y'all first discussed everything.
Of ownership of Black.
Yeah. That's definitely something that needs to be in black and white. Like, people like to take that your family for granted. But
I feel like the time you really should get it. I mean, all the time, but definitely with family, because you don't want things to get murky.
Yeah.
You don't want it to be like, I didn't say that. I don't remember that. You know, you don't want to mess up your relationship. So it's just best to get it on paper and let that just be that.
So then Jalen is just like, you know what? At the end of the day, they be trying to micromanage me. But it's like, bro, you're never here anyway. So why are you trying to manage me? And then he's like, I be asking, they blame me for everything. I be asking for them for help, but they blame me for everything and they don't help me. And then he's like, you know, at the end of the day, I'll ask Tisha, I'll call Tisha, and she'll tell me how to do it one way. And then Marsau walk in, he'll be like, nah, scratch that. Do it this way. And it's like, what are you guys doing? Like, y'all not even on the same page. Y'all giving me different advice, and then I'm getting in trouble listening to y'all.
So she's not enough Indians.
Whew. That part. So then she's like, well, what about the assistant? Like, aren't you supposed to be getting an assistant manager? And then he's like, yeah, I'm supposed to be getting an assistant manager. So the assistant manager could help train me on how to be a GM. But my thing is, it's like, how is the assistant training the GM?
That makes no sense.
Like, what is going on?
Why didn't y'all just make Jalen assistant and then have a GM come in and train him?
Yes.
And then y'all could have opened up another Black somewhere else and promoted him.
Right.
Y'all said the opening of Black was delayed because of the pandemic. Y'all could have been training him that whole time.
Right.
I don't know what was happening.
Exactly. So, you know, I don't know. I would feel some kind of way if I'm the assistant, but I'm training
and
my
I know
boss.
more than you, and you're probably getting paid more than me.
And you're probably older than me. I mean, you're younger than me, and I'm like helping you. It's a weird situation.
It's not gonna be good in the workplace to have that type of situation.
That dynamic, yeah.
So Kimmi brings up how Destiny said Jalen has a crush on her. Jalen's like, "Who, Nana? Oh, Aunt TT?
Oh, not TT."
He was like, "No,
yo,
you tried it. She's beautiful, but not my type."
She said, I just could tell he was looking. And I said, well, how could he not?
She's beautiful and all, though, but not my type. It's all good. You know they love me. It's all good.
Who is they love you?
The Cougars. The Cougars. You know they call me the Cougar Tamer.
So then we open up at the launch for their new champagne chocolate in a bottle. Everybody's there. Nephew Tommy from Ready to Love is there, and he's talking to Marsau. Marsau is saying he might open up one in Houston, so on and so forth. Right. So, you know, Marsau's making his rounds and introducing himself to everybody, as he should. Yeah. You know, introducing himself to everyone. The whole cast of Ready to Love is there. Tisha's over there, stay scheming. She's just over there in the cut, just
Look it. It's like she's talking to somebody, but she's just looking at him. Like, looking at him. Like,
So,
let him in the room.
Like he had already done to 1 billion people in the room, he walks over and introduces himself to Kyra.
Hey, how are you? I'm Marsau.
I'm Kyra.
Hey, it's a pleasure.
That was it. That was literally it.
Tisha
And Tisha's like, girl, nothing happened.
Nothing
What was
even
that?
happened. It was like literally 2 words, and she was just like, "Hey."
I'm in my element. This is it. Everybody's ready to love. Chocolate in the bottle. Not any of the people there, but chocolate in the bottle.
Tell me you don't trust your husband without telling me you don't trust your husband.
Listen.
I mean, what do you want? Like, this is crazy. So then she's like, I had to set you up because that girl in the red dress, she was eyeing you. No.
Child, Kyra was minding her business.
Kyra was minding her own mother-loving business. And Marsau introduced himself to her. And then you felt threatened. What you need to do is figure out what Kyra got going on over there and get some tips. Because Kyra know how to put it on.
You looking like Nana.
Hey, yo. Just saying. So, then Marsau was like, can we get some tissues? And we see Tisha crying.
What's happening?
What happened?
What
is going on? If you're that insecure, if you're that, threatened in your marriage of almost 15 years, something is wrong, sis.
Are you crying because he introduced himself to a woman that he's supposed to be social at because it's your business event and he's trying to convince people to buy into this product?
Girl.
It was just burst out in tears over.
Yeah, it seemed like she had a flashback of something. I don't know if it was earlier in their marriage. I don't know if it was recent. But he's definitely been caught cheating before, and she doesn't want to go down that road again. And she, that's one of the things that she's insecure about. So
for somebody that's like so sick, my husband has never cheated on me. Well, you sure act really insecure for somebody that, is just so sure. That's all I'm saying. I don't know, girl.
So then we move on to Kimmi and Maurice, and they're at a dinner. They're waiting for Zabe and Kaiwa to come from the airport. And Maurice is like, yeah, I'm so excited because Zabe is going to be here. And, we can really get this whole co-parenting thing down and he can really come full circle with all of us here. So then Maurice is like, it's been annoying having little nagging things lingering and just, not really being fully resolved. So he's looking to clearing that up. So then Maurice is like, yeah, this is so exciting because I'm so happy. Me, Big Reese. I help foster this relationship. You feel me?
Maurice, what
Kimmi
planet are you on?
Really?
Even up until just now, recently, when Kaiwa picked up the phone, you act like Kimmi wasn't even in the room.
Exactly.
You didn't alley-oop it. Hey, girl, hey, say hi to Kimmi. Kimmi's here. You didn't sit them down.
Nothing.
You didn't have a meeting and try to clarify. Hey,
No.
Kaiwa, I know you think we were dating during our marriage, but we weren't. I just want to make it clear. You didn't try to foster crack.
Nothing. All you do is try to keep them separate so they don't have any discourse. That's all you do.
And ignore the heck out of Kimmi. And you was about to have Kaiwa and her husband come down there and pay for everything without so much as a conversation with Kimmi.
Yes.
So
how? How did you foster anything? How? So now Maurice talking about he got a meeting to go to. He gotta go. How you gotta go when you know that you have a serious conversation that you need to have with your ex-wife and the mother of your child? What are you talking about?
This was so important to you to get everybody on the same page. You said that, Kimmi's input was needed so much so that you set this whole situation up, which you didn't. And now what you decided to do was, mind you, y'all are getting together for a conversation about your son. There could be a multitude of topics that you guys could talk about. You don't know how long this meeting is going to last, but you scheduled a meeting after your meeting?
Makes no sense.
Knowing that they're only in town for his graduation for a short amount of time.
Just say your family isn't the priority.
Just say that.
Seriously.
Just say I want to look like it's important, but it's really not.
That part. So then Kimmi's like, okay, well then we need to reschedule. And Maurice is like, no.
Really? You think we should?
I think you should stay. She's like, I'm never gonna be your mouthpiece, not never.
They literally just got to a point where they could even have a conversation with each other or be congenial.
Right.
And what you're gonna do is put Kimmi as the mouthpiece and sit there and try to tell Kyra what she should do with her son. Does that make sense to you? Wow.
But
you know where my heart is at, right?
You talk about you fostering relationships. Like, no, you're actually putting her in a place to cross boundaries.
Why would you put her in such an uncomfortable situation? What is she supposed to say to them now?
So then Kimmi goes to the confessional and she's just like, you know what? Like, hopefully, you know, when he sees this, he'll see this. And, you know, she just feels like she's just not a priority.
He's talking about maybe he'll see it. Then he's only going to see it when you stop accepting it.
Right.
You literally sat there on the couch and told him, I've accepted. I can eat it. I know that I'm just going to have to take that. Now you're talking about you want, oh, but it needs to change. Do you accept it? Are you eating it? Or do you want it to change? Which one is this? You're not even making sense right now.
Yes.
Yes, he's wrong. But he can only do what you accept from him. So what we doing?
It is what it is. So thank you guys. Thank you guys for making it to the end of this video. Please don't forget to leave us a comment and to like this video and also subscribe. When you subscribe, hit that notification bell so that we can let you know when we drop a new video. Also, if you made it to the end of this video, please comment with butterflies and let us know what you think about this video as always. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media at SugarSpice88 on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Facebook. And we look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Bye.
Good morning.
Good energy.
Today we gon' spread
good energy.
Today we gon' share
good energy.
I go to work.
Today gon' be a great day.
Good
Wake
energy.
up, thank God, drink water, meditate.
Good
First
energy.
5 minutes will dictate your whole day. All about that positivity and raising